Tomorrow marks 6 months since Macon Bibb County rolled out a major justice reform for its jail. Half a year later, the jail is still over capacity and dealing with problems that have persisted for years. In October 2023, 4 Bibb County inmates escaped, leading to a nearly month-long manhunt for one of them. In 2024, inmate Stephen Fawcett died after being tased by guards. His family and their lawyers say he suffered a mental health breakdown and that guards used excessive force.
Every citizen of Georgia, including Mr. Fawcett, deserves and should have their rights protected under the ADA when they're having a mental health crisis.
And just months ago, Georgia's 2 U.S. senators asked the Justice Department to investigate problems at the jail. So far, there's been no response to the letter, but when grand jurors visited the jail in 2017, they found mold, poor lighting, bad ventilation, and about a third of the locks didn't work. All of these problems have led to 2025, where at least 6 inmates have died in the Bibb County Jail. To try to solve these problems, Mayor Lester Miller announced a 6-point plan, hoping to create a safer, smarter approach to justice and reduce jail overcrowding. The initiative included a justice and wellness task force, job training with ankle monitors, and a jail expansion. The goal? Reduce the jail population and shift people into community supervision and services. But half a year in, is it working? Maggie Fitzgerald is live outside the Bibb County Jail with what Sheriff David Davis says is and isn't changing. Maggie.
Right, Lori, it was back on June 10th when county leaders set that big goal to release 150 inmates out into the community on ankle monitors. Well, 6 months and 6 initiatives later, Sheriff Davis tells me the jail population is higher than it was before.
We began to enroll eligible individuals who would otherwise be incarcerated.
In the spring, Macon Bibb County leaders rolled out 6 initiatives designed to reduce the jail population and shift more people into community supervision and services. It came after years of reports of violence, overcrowding, unsafe and unhealthy conditions, even jail cells that won't lock. The county set a goal to release 150 nonviolent offenders on ankle monitors. That day, the jail was about 50 people over capacity, around 1,016 inmates. Nearly 6 months later, Sheriff David Davis says the numbers aren't dropping.
Today, we have 1,023 inmates in the jail, and so the inmate population has gone up in the last few weeks to almost 1,050.
While early release, in-reach housing and mental health programs have expanded, overcrowding continues. He says the Macon Justice Works program has moved 50 to 60 inmates out of the jail and into community supervision. However, probation violators and a large number of violent cases add up to little progress.
And that jail just takes every bit of hope, happiness, and everything out of you. It just drains you. It makes you suicidal.
Presley Taylor walked out of the Bibb County Jail on Monday. During her week spent there, she says she saw overcrowding, violence, and medical neglect.
There's rats everywhere. There's head lice everywhere. There's scabies everywhere, and they will not do anything to treat it.
Macon Bibb officials hope to improve those conditions with a jail expansion. That will add 150 more beds and make space to renovate current blocks and cells.
It's kind of a tall order for this new facility, and we have some space in the current facility that can be sort of expanded or repurposed for some of those functions, for the mental health function as well as some of the physical health function.
And part of the expansion project includes tearing down the sheriff's office Walter Higgins building that sits behind the jail. As for the expansion itself, it will be a medical annex slated for here on the west side of the jail. That should provide 150 more beds for inmates. We're live in Macon. Maggie Fitzgerald, 13 WMUZ News.
Thank you, Maggie. We reached out to Mayor Miller to hear his take on changes at the jail. His office said he's not available, but the county plans to announce the contractor for the jail expansion next month. That's the next step in the jail expansion project. So far, leaders have selected architect Jericho Design Group. They will design the nearly $30 million jail expansion. The contractor will build the architect's design. The mayor says once construction starts, it could wrap up in 16 to 18 months.